Obviously, that was a heck of a game. They're really good, very well coached, have great personnel, uh, play both ends, offensively and defensively. Certainly, their statistics show that, and you feel that way coaching in the game. So, you'll feel very fortunate and blessed to win. Um, our guys the last day or two have really rallied in practice and with their mindset. And so I knew you never know outcomes. You can't control outcomes, but I did tell my wife today that I knew we would play well and compete based on their mindset and how we had practiced yesterday in particular, and prepared over the last 2 days. Obviously our defense right now is probably what stands out to me, both halves. And then even last week, we've played, three really good teams here over the last three games, including today's game. And, our field goal defense is under 40% cumulatively in the three games. And that's gives you a chance. What we were missing a little bit last week was some shot making. And, fortunately today we were able to get that from a lot of different guys. And, the ball went in. It always makes you look a little bit better. I will say that the movement I thought was good. When you have 24 field goals and 18 of them are assisted, and then looking at the stat sheet, it's very unique. We had several players do a lot of things, a lot of different things. And I thought we competed. Thought the key stretch of the game was the start, where we didn't shoot the ball very well. We had not last week. It would have been easy if you're, not mentally tough to, feel like you're 6 minutes into the game, and I think we had maybe 4 points. I might be off by a point or two. But our defense continued to work, and we competed on the glass and defending, and that gave us a chance to hang around until we started making a few shots. So my hat's off to the older guys. Obviously they've done a great job of leading over the last day or two, but this is just one step for us. We got tomorrow off, and then we've got 2 days to prepare for Penn State, who comes to our place on Saturday. I mean, he's shown that before, obviously a lot of times in practice, tough, and certainly in some games. But I thought today was I think it's probably fair to say, his most complete game. I thought he really worked hard defensively on just a terrific offensive player, McIntosh, who's a handful. He's really good. Tried to make him uncomfortable. That's hard to do. And then at the other end was making us better. Thought he dug out some rebounds for us. Thought he made timely shots, and just made our team really better at both ends of the floor. So I thought he did a lot of good things. I mean, it was really, I didn't go into the game necessarily planning to only play 8 guys. Those guys played well. I liked the way that they were playing. I liked the way they were playing together. And, we knew how we would kind of start our rotation, but once the game evolved and started moving forward, we felt like it was, in our best interest. We make decisions to try to put us in position to play well and compete and win, and that's the decision that we made today throughout the course of the game, managing the game. Yeah, a little bit, but Kipper played a big role in it, both offensively and defensively. I thought that was a good thing for our team. We got contributions from a lot of different guys, but certainly Finke, earned more minutes today. That factors into it some. I thought he was great with his hands. He was active. I don't know how many deflections or steals. He had 3 steals. And then obviously made very timely shots for us. I thought he was really locked in defensively, had good awareness of scouting, and made very few mistakes at that end of the floor. So, obviously he earned the minutes that he played. So you hope you can gain momentum from it, Shannon. But at the end of the day, we've talked the last day or two about staying in the moment, and not thinking about the past or, predicting the future. Or, we're going to try to stay in the moment. We talked a lot about that as a group over the last day or two, and I thought those guys really did a good job of great prep day, the day after the Minnesota game, great practice yesterday. They were good in shoot-around today, just trying to absorb the moment. That's a challenge, as I said on the presser that I had before we came here, because everybody a lot of people want to talk about the past, which you have no control over. You want to talk about the future, which you also have no control over. So you've got to stay in the moment. I thought our guys did that. But at the end of the day, Shannon, I do think, hopefully we can gain some momentum from it. Yeah, our bench was huge. We talk a lot about strength in numbers and having everybody ready to go. And I thought we got contributions from everybody that played today. thought it may have been one of the most complete games he's played in 2 years. 5 points. He had 5 assists, 0 turnovers, 5 rebounds. Thought he really competed defensively. He always throws his body around. I've always respect and appreciate the fact that he'll stick his nose in there. And he did that a lot today. Thought he played well. Obviously, it's a rivalry game. We know that. We certainly acknowledge that. At the same time, it was also an important game for us because of everything we had been through last week, where I thought we had played really hard and effective defensively. I mean, the numbers show that's a fact. I mean, and those are 2 good teams, offensive teams. And we just didn't make shots last week, Jeremy. Now, there's some other things we could do a little bit better, but the primary deal was making shots. It was. So I just really encourage them to stay poised, continue to shore up a couple things, and at the end of the day, I've got a belief in a lot of these guys that they're going to make a higher percentage than what we made last week. And, fortunately for us, that's what happened today. Well, the more guys, the better. Obviously, the fact that those 2 guys played well. We had a lot of guys play well late, but it was a good experience for them, for those guys that are young. And obviously glad that they played well, and hopefully something they can build upon. And I always talk about experience being a great teacher. Them going through that today on the road against a really, really good team. Hopefully as alluding to Shannon's question earlier, we can use that as some evidence and can use that to garner a little bit of momentum. All we talked about, and the players were kind of leading the charge in those timeouts, was we're going to compete for 40 minutes. There's 4 minutes left. We didn't say 36. And I thought our mental toughness and physical toughness was maybe as complete as it's been in a while for us in terms of just not getting, we missed a shot, and we didn't let that affect us. So we went 6 or 7 minutes to start the game and scored 4 or 5 points. We didn't let that affect us. Then they made a run to take the lead after we'd had the lead for a while. We didn't let that affect us. So I thought, our mental toughness was good, but we've got to continue to have that. It's not an automatic. You just snap your fingers, it's there. That's a choice we have to make every day.